Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we left off right here. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to figure out how to turn this thing into a 3D print file. Alright, so let's do the bottom first. So we're going to click on revolve, and we're going to go ahead and revolve this thing here. Alright, so we're going to click on the profile. We're going to click on the axis that we want to use, and we're going to go ahead and click OK here. Click this check button here when it's done and say, alright, we're good with that. Okay, we'll say that we're done. Now, there's one problem, is we did not make a spot to attach the rubber band and the parachute, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so what we do is we've got to tell it, hey, I want to draw on this. So we're going to right click on that bottom piece, and we're going to say, I want to make a new sketch. So we're going to make a new sketch based on this thing. Okay, and so what we'll do is we'll make a couple of holes. So we'll start off with a couple of circles, and we'll make it let's make it 0.3. Enter, and oh, that's too big. Okay, so let's zoom in here. 0.3 is way too big. So we're going to zoom in, and we're going to double click on that dimension. Hit escape. We're going to double click on this thing. And we're going to say, let's try 0.2 and see what that does. Still too big. Let's scoochie it over though. There we go. Actually, that's alright. We'll put it there. And then we're going to do another one over here. So we'll do another one right here, and we'll also make that 0.2. Okay. And then, you know what? Let's scoochie these in just a little bit. Scoochie it about right there. And we'll scoochie this about right there. They don't have to be exact. Okay, so we're going to finish that. And we're going to rotate it a little bit. So we're going to click on this tool, and we're going to rotate it. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit escape there. And so now let's go ahead and we're going to extrude. But this time we're going to extrude this and this. So we're going to extrude two things at once. So we're going to click on that, and then we're going to hit shift, and we're going to click on this. So we're going to get both of them, except for instead of extrude, we're going to want to right click. We're going to click on this and make it a cut. Okay, and so we're going to finish up, and so that'll be a simple way to attach the parachute. There's other ways you can do it. Okay, so now that we have a good shape, so we'll look around and make sure this looks good. It's like, yeah, that looks pretty good. We can probably make that work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go File. You might want to save it. No, don't save it yet. Actually, we're going to click on this, and we're going to go to click on this and wait patiently. Okay, so we're going to go to Print and click on this arrow right here, and we want to send it to a 3D print service. Okay, and so we want it to be an STL file. The scale should be 1. When you go to Options over here, okay, you want it to be in millimeters. All these numbers should be just about this, right? Change it to binary. These are the settings you want. Click OK, and then it's gonna click OK, and then you're gonna save it as an STL file in your folder with your name on it. Okay, and now an STL file is our starting point. So I'm going to save it as Rocket Nose Cone. Give it a name. You can see it's a .stl file, and we're going to click on Save. Okay. All right. So then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to your Start menu. I can't really show you the Start menu. I wish I could. Anyway, on the Start menu, there's a window thing in the bottom corner. It's on the other screen. I can't show it to you. But you're going to type in Makerware. Okay, and you're going to find a program called Makerware, and you're going to double click on the program called Makerware, and then when it opens up, then we'll see what to do next. Okay. Okay, so once the Makerware project program gets opened up, what you're going to do is you're going to add to it. Okay, so we're going to hit the add button, and then you find the STL file that you just made, and it'll put it here. Now this one obviously didn't get put in the right spot, and it didn't get put the right way. We can't build it this way, so I'm going to click on the turn, and click on this little arrow here, and then we're going to rotate it. Okay, rotate it, and we're going to lay it flat. Okay, and that puts it right there on the platform. Okay, and this is the best way to do it, because this way we're not going to have any overhangs or any weird stuff. So this is a good way to do it. If we flip it upside down, it would be trying to print the bottom in thin air, and that wouldn't work very well. Okay, so then the next piece is this. So at this point, you might want to call one of the teachers over and ask us to go over this part with you, because this part gets kind of tricky. But at this point, you can make this thing, okay? And we got to figure out the setup. Okay, so you need to get to the setup, and we're going to do this standard. It doesn't need to be super fancy. So 10% infill, two shells, and we'll talk to you about that. And then we'll export this thing. And it's going to basically make it into a file that the 3D printer can work with. Okay, so once it's in a file format that the 3D printer can work with, then talk to the teachers. They'll show you how to get it onto the flash card, and then we'll get it to the 3D printer, and we can start printing. Okay, all right, that's it.